I'm 17 and I discovered the secret of life. First off, please don't click off. This is something that if you need, this is something you need to hear. If you're in a spot where you're just struggling with everything, you've got too much work, too little time, or you're just in a shitty spot right now, just listen to me and hear me out, because this is the truth of life. And I figured this out when I'm 17. I'm still in fucking high school, guy. But I know that everybody in some capacity can benefit from what I have to say. And that's primarily why I made this channel in general. Just to try and give advice. It's what I did in my little car talks before I have to take this break from the car talks. And I want to make this video just for whoever needs it. So if you're just struggling with time and everything, struggling with self-esteem, struggling with how people view you, just watch this, and I promise that it'll all be better. And I'm going to do this in like one take, so this is just going to be as personal as I can make it, with no cuts, no jumps, no nothing. But to give a little background of me, I've got, it's like a 3.3 GPA, an 82.25 on 100 scale. Nothing too amazing, nothing too crazy, but it's a decent GPA, I'd say. From what I've heard, from what I can tell, compared to the national average, pretty solid. But there's more to me than just the GPA. I'm an amateur competitive bodybuilder. I rock climb. I'm a guitarist. Go to the gym and stuff. Soon to be a fragrance developer slash maker, whatever you want to call it. Alchemy. Mixologist. Whatever you want to label it. What else do I do? I work full-time. Well, not full-time. I work part-time at a restaurant. So I've got a pretty packed schedule in terms of, and in school and everything. So I've got a pretty packed schedule in terms of everything I've got to do. And first off, the fact that I'm able to do, bodybuilding and stuff in school, that's pretty lucky, I'd say. I'm fortunate as hell to do that. But you look at all that and just say, like, Jesus Christ, that's a lot of stuff. I mean, I rock climb twice a week. 2 days a week after school for 2 hours. I work for 14 hours a week. I have homework and everything. I then do fragrance stuff and everything. Figuring out how to do all of that stuff, that takes me about an hour or so a week, homework and everything. And then not to mention guitar. I do that for like 4-5 hours a week. I do a lot of shit that I enjoy. And the reason I'm able to do it is because I love it. And it's something that I know that no matter what I have to do, I can be happy knowing that I'll still be able to do it at some point. Part of it is that we live in this world where we're so focused on now, do it now, do everything we want, get everything we want, now. Don't have enough time now, don't have enough time in the future. But stop thinking about it as much as I can't do it now, and I can do it later. But not in the sense that I will do it later. Think of it as a sense as I get to do it later. Because if you're busy with something that you need to do, but you want to do something else, do that work now, and then you've got all the time that you can do it for later. But what if you don't have time? Someone might be asking. What if you have just like no time for everything? There's a way you can make time. I mean, think about how often we're on our phones and stuff. How often we're just like doing menial work that like we don't even need to do or don't even care about. Allocate that time to doing something you actually love. But even more so, give yourself the question of, do you actually love it? Is it something that you genuinely enjoy doing wholeheartedly? And I've got a feeling that for a large quantity of people, the stuff that we say we love doing, we just like it a lot. Because here's the thing, I love bodybuilding. So much to the point where at my first show, I got 4th place. It's good, but it's not amazing. Like, it's not, first place. But even then, I still said, I want to do this again, even though I didn't win. I want to do it again. That's what it means to love something. To that you will find a way, no matter what, to be able to do it, or at least make time to find a way to be able to do it. And you will do it, even if you don't get that reward. So do what you love, and that'll lead to some level of happiness. But this is more predominantly, this part I'm going to say is for high school, and just people in general that, get graded on whatever. Your grades don't fucking matter. They don't mean shit. Like, the difference between someone who has 100 and somebody who has, like, a 95, that difference is so negligible. Like, yeah, on paper it's like, oh, it's a 5-point difference. Put them in the real fucking world. They're going to be able to be doing the same stuff. Like, all it is just a marker as to where you are in terms of the curriculum. It's not an indicator as who you are as a person. The person is always bigger than the grade. And if you absorb yourself in the numerical value that the school assigns to you, you're gonna spend your entire life obsessing over how you're viewed by people, just how you're looked at by people and how they view you. But don't look at school and everything as a chore or whatever. If you've got the opportunity to take electives, take them in something that you actually want to. Find ways to just further your understanding in something that you find interesting or beneficial to what you want to do in the future. Because that's what I've done. I'm taking a music theory class. I'm taking a human body anatomy class. Those are the main two electives that I want to take primarily just because, first off, I'm going to be majoring in human exercise physiology, so I can do PT and be a physiatrist, either or. And then the music, because, I play guitar and everything. Those are two things that I chose to take classes on by people who know what they're talking about to, get better at it. I'm taking the opportunities to get better at something. And that's what people need to do to be able to start feeling fulfilled, is take opportunities. Sorry, I gotta take a post note out of a book really quick. Take opportunities to further your knowledge of something you like, something you enjoy. And I promise you, it won't feel like work, because all you're doing is, if it's something that you truly love, all you're doing is just getting better at it. So find ways, even if you're not doing it directly, to further your understanding of doing what you love. So the grades don't matter. Just take those classes as a means to get better, to understand the curriculum. Yes, grades are important in terms of transcript and everything. However, at the end of the day, who are you if you aren't able to look at yourself and say, I'm happy with who I am? Because odds are, if you let everything in your life be dictated by a score somebody gives you, if you have a bad day, it's going to be a million times worse, because you're looking at yourself and saying, I'm not happy with who I am. So just take a deep breath and just say, is this a class that I care about genuinely? Or is this something that I just want to have look good on a transcript, look good on paper? So just take a step and say, hey, difference between, an 87 and a 90, it's basically nothing. Like, that's just like one better homework assignment and then like 2 more correct questions on a quiz. Both those things can purely be because they were just having a better day. Now, obviously don't take this as a meaning or a sign to just step away from your responsibilities and just not give a shit about grades. Don't do that. That's equally as irresponsible for your soul as it is to care too much about it. So just take a step back. Just look at yourself and say, do I really care about this class? Can I live with not being perfect at it? Because if you spend your life trying to be perfect, you're not going to be happy. But building off that, spend your life and activity focusing on the things you love, like you want to be perfect at it, but accepting the fact you'll never be truly perfect. do what you love with the fervor, vigor, and energy that you want to be perfect at it. Because number one, well, the most important thing is that that's going to push you to be amazing at it. But keep in mind that you'll never be perfect at it. When you keep that in mind, you'll be able to maintain a sense of happiness with yourself, seeing where you're going, seeing how you're doing, but at the same time retain that level of drive and focus to continue doing something. What do I have next to talk about that I put down? That I already talked about work ethic. So, to be honest, just live your life as an Ubermensch. I won't get into the whole history of it, but Friedrich Nietzsche just coined the term as an Ubermensch as somebody who basically just lives life focused on what they want to, not what society wants them to. I mean, look at every great person in this world. They didn't become great because they did what everybody told them to. They became great because they had something they loved with every fiber of their being and chose to be as amazing at it as they could. So, if you've got something you're looking at that you love doing, be it theater, writing, science, anything like that, just look at it, and even if people are like, that's stupid, that's dumb, don't do that, do it anyways. Who are they? If you don't care about them, why care about what they have to say? They're just some random person. Fuck them. They're nothing. They're just a random person that's being an ass. There's no reason to put your good energy into somebody. It's just negativity. I was saying negativity. But just live life with self-determination, focused on doing what you love, doing what you want to do with your life, because that will lead to not only success, because if you focus on it and do really good at it, there's always some group of people that want to see or want to do what you're doing. So if you just focus on succeeding in what you love as best as you can, you'll make it. And even if you have to do something else to, make money, to be okay financially, so what? You're still successful because you know you're amazing at what you love. So, with that, just live. Don't worry about how people, are grading you, because if you don't care about it and you don't really want to pursue it, then it shouldn't take the highest level of priority compared to something that you love. And if you say that you don't have time to do what you love, to not do what you want to, not pursue it, then there's always a way. You've always got some level of free time. If you're driving, you can even just learn about it. I mean, if there's a video or a podcast or something that talks about what you love or how to be able to do what you love, listen to it. If you're not able to physically do it, at least build the foundation in which when you do have the time to be able to do it, you know what you're doing, and you've got the empty canvas of a newbie, but you've got the intelligence of somebody that's done it for their entire life. So when you start being able to do it, you know what you're doing. Happy as a clam. Have good work ethic. Just work hard at what you love, and make sure that you're not letting it be the only thing in your life. What am I trying to say with this? Work hard all around, but know where to put your best effort ahead. If there's something that doesn't really matter all too much to you, and you don't see yourself using it, don't put the same level of effort that you would what you love to it. I mean, my boss is kind of a fucking asshole, so fuck that guy. And so, also the fact that I don't see myself, working in a restaurant for, my main source of income. I'm going to put effort ahead, but I'm not going to put the effort that I do in the gym or rock climbing or researching about training techniques or diet or anything, or about how fragrances are made, how to make them yourself, in guitar, music theory, all of that. I'm not going to waste my energy with something that I just don't enjoy. So overall, just live life how you want to. That's the secret of life. And I know it's such a basic thing that you're going to be like, oh, this guy's no one, fuck this guy. Just listen to me. Look at yourself and how you're doing it, and genuinely ask yourself, are you living how you want to? And if your answer is no, ask yourself this follow-up question. Are you able to live how you want to? And if the answer is no, find a way. Because the only difference between a winner and a quitter is just trying one more time. There's always a way to figure something out. I mean, we thought we would never fly for, what was it, like 200 years? The very next year, the Wright brothers took flight. We're terrible at predicting ourselves and predicting what we can do. So have trust in yourself. That might have been really loud, I'm sorry. Have trust in who you are. Because when you have trust in yourself, you'll be able to find a way to do what you enjoy. And when you have trust in yourself, when doing what you enjoy, you'll be able to find a way to make your life about it. And when you're able to make your life about doing what you love and having that be the center of your life and not caring about what other people think about you because you're happy with what you're doing and happy with yourself, that's the secret to living a happy life. So, this can all just be shortened down to one phrase. Live life focusing on you. Have trust in yourself, focus on yourself, have trust in yourself. Trust yourself, know your worth. Don't let meaningless numbers dictate how you feel about yourself as a human being. And just do what you love because you love it, not because you're trying to make something out of it. Just do it because it makes you happy. And even if you don't gain crazy recognition or success from it, you'll still be pretty happy because you're doing what you love and you're happy with who you are as a person. But with that, I'm Watson. Drink water, touch grass, be good people. Have an amazing day.